okay dream, like the dream just happened, right? I don't know. I feel like they're just in the happiest position ever right now. Their supports, maybe we could say, are like slightly, I guess, maybe slightly awkward. Weaver, I mean, is that even awkward? But we could say it's slightly awkward compared to some traditional like stuns like Bane and Willow maybe. But you know, Weaver's fine with that. Even as a 5, it doesn't matter. This hero is too good. So yeah, they have. I give him like a 60-40 at least. Maybe even more than that because I see Troll, and I give him maybe a 65-35 advantage. I really hate Troll, and the other thing is too why I'm harping so much about this Troll is what I said before is how the Troll Magnus is the only solution to the PL. Like unless this Mars gets really huge, which maybe he could because he's mid, and he gets like his shard because that allows you to pin the multiple targets because PL is very good versus the Mars spear normally. Maybe we could see the Mars taking part of that carry potential and clearing the PL, but I'm not really seeing it because he's versus a Lesh mid.
Like I do think Mars late game is actually decent to peel if you have more farm. You can go like Deso, Aghanim, and Power is going to give you a lot more as well, but like does he get to that stage? Because I feel like mid's not too fun. Like Lesh against a melee hero that can zone you out pretty easy. And I thought the advantage of the mag is that you're always able to go back and farm the jungle, whereas the Mars not as quick of a succession like the empowered up mag.
Yeah, and it's like you want to see this. You see the Magnus, and you're like, oh, Mars is gonna get fat because Magnus is gonna be empowering. There's no way that this Magnus can be empowering Troll, empowering Mars, and looking to make plays. So, he's gonna have to play on his own regard to just get that farm on Rebel, and we'll see how it plays out. See how this mid matchup ends up going.
I'm also excited as well because they did move the Weaver down bottom. Of course, Miposhka playing it and giving Mira the Jakiro, which we spoke about in the draft, that you're pretty big fans of just the Bane into Weaver matchup. So I think the big issue for TSpirit is Night Stalker, if he has a rough lane, which he definitely could against a Troll and Bane, that's a lot of their initiation on TSpirit. I feel like if he doesn't get Blink BKB, Spirit are going to have to rely on just the Leshrac running in to start fights, which could be an issue.
I definitely agree with that. I don't think he should have too much trouble though, because I look at Mira, look at his starting items. 2 salves, set of tangos, like he's got the regen of plenty. As long as they don't play it like aggressive, like almost ever up top, I feel like this Night Stalker should just farm because he just eats the harass, and these 2 heroes have so much regen. Maybe Mira dies out of position once or twice from some axe slows and a Bane sleep, but I think Collapse should be able to get pretty hard free farm.
And when he hits that 5-minute timing as well, then it turns back on its head. Then maybe Melody's the one that's going to be in a situation. We could even see early rotations from the Leshrac if Toronto Tokyo wants to take some early objectives and then really put some early pressure on Hellraisers. But looks like at the moment, bottom lane though, Limitless of course putting the mag to the position 3. He's doing okay. Like, do you feel like this is a lane where he should be able to thrive versus the PL Weaver?
No, this is not easy for Limit. It's gonna get harder and harder too. As soon as level 3 comes out, we know what happens, right? Bugs get online, lane becomes nearly impossible to just like stay there without having to spend a ton of money on regen, which we already see happening. We're having to do that. I'm actually watching mid quite a lot.
Top lane actually. Mira might be in trouble. The Nightmare set up. Watson's going to move over as well. Only 1 point in the Whirling Axes, but looks like we might have our first blood as Hellraisers secure it over onto Watson. So here we go. I mean, Fogged, does this give you a little bit more confidence with the Troll?
He has to get, honestly, like, it gives me a little more, but he has to get these kills. Like I said, Jakiro steps up
lane
slow.
He's going to drop.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Skills Miposhka back towards the tower. Need a little bit of harassment though, nothing too crazy. So at least TSpirit are already able to even up the kill count.
Yep, and it's exactly the same too. It's a kill into a courier. They both actually had a kill into a courier right away. Yeah, just I've been watching mid because we were talking about how Rebel, he's played the mid Mars a lot even before his other teams, and he's actually doing a really good job so far. 14-4, and he's very comfortable with it. He's very good at toggling the bulwark to absorb the hits to make Tokyo miss last hits. Little things to point out versus range.
Чистое мастерство.
Do you feel like there's an advantage from either side with potentially supports rotating to secure the power runes or water runes as well? Because of course both mid lane is having that early bottle.
I mean, I guess Miposhka can quickly check it because he's a Weaver, but they don't really set up for a kill too easily with Tokyo. I guess Hellraisers can set up easier. They can look to rotate with the Mars much easier. Bane and Willow rotating for a Mars or a Lesh. Easy kills if they find an opportunity.
You already see though the Leshrac being a nuisance, just running through, stealing away the bounty. Toronto Tokyo having a good start. 19 last hits. Is there a lane maybe, I guess, 4 minutes in? Or actually bottom, Limitless. A little bit of brawl going on at the moment. So he's going to try and jump forward, deal with the Magnus, but this will put Gilga in a bit of a compromised position where the Magnus doesn't offer that body to protect the Dark Willow. Now they can just turn their attention back to the Mag as Limitless. He will end up going down. Gilga, he might be able to trade the life, however. The Ado posturing aggressively, so Gilga will be forced back. The postcode does run into the bramble. Oh, it's going to be okay.
So close. Okay, all right. The strong lanes, you know, as we expected, bottom. Limitless is not going to have a fun time. So this is going to be a big struggle. We'll see how he ends up recovering for that one. And Collapse is still doing fine top. The push, because he stayed. Maybe wanted to reset.
Does he go for this? He's going to go for this, Gilga. He's got Fury Fighter to play with, so maybe baiting the PL a little bit forward. They can't get the kill, but Limitless, some nice harassment. At least, what are you expecting the Mag to itemize this game as a position 3? Is it maybe like utility, the mech potentially, or do they need a relatively early blink?
I think they need the blink too. I'm checking what Rebel's got queued up. Like, he's got a lot of early game items. I feel like they need someone that's gonna... He's got to be the one to just go, honestly, on the Magnus. It kind of sucks. He might have a lot of deaths this game, so I don't want to see anyone at flaming Limitless if he does end up like 0-9 or something. That just might end up being his job this game. He's an empower and an initiator for his supports. Supporting his Mars to get all their spells up. Could be a bit sad for him, but that will be his job.
Even taking a look at Watson's item build, he's got the Battle Fury queued up. So even with the potential in power to buff him, he still feels like he needs his item to maybe deal with the Phantom Lancer.
Okay. He's getting the really secured safe lane. Like pretty much every single last hit because it's Bane Troll. Super strong lane, but... Okay. See, we got the phase boots too. Seems a bit all in onto just wanting to deal with the cleave, but does adjust or not. I never really liked Battle Fury on Troll.
Do you feel like just Maelstrom allows you to come online just a little bit faster?
Yeah, it does usually, but I guess it's just like the double cleave. He doesn't want the Magnus to be coming to him all the time or something, and it does give you that extra bit of regen, which of course Maelstrom just doesn't give you anything for spamming. But I don't know, we'll see.
I'm all eyes on Rabel if he looks to make a move now. He did get the haste at 6 minutes in. He's got the arena as well, so this could be a way for Hellraisers maybe to find a quick kill and maybe get an advantage through one of the side lanes.
Haste!
Right now lanes are looking pretty good. He's going to want to hit bottom. They're probably saying like, hey, Limitless is probably telling him, I'm having a pretty rough time. PL's getting absolute free farm. You can look to set up on something down here. That'd be great. Bit weak too, especially with...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Denied. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But you cannot see.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's structures are fortified.
A tithe to the impurities.
Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's courier. Dire's top house is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's top tower is under attack.
You're welcome. Can't even describe it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Unstoppable.
the successful initiations.
And
they have Blink
they've
now
got the
on
Blink
Mag.
as well. Yeah. So there we go. I mean, you spoke about how he's probably going to be forced to go Blink. They do smoke. I think this time it wasn't under the ward. Try and target their forces to the triangle. Yotaro, at the moment, he does have Diffusal working towards Yasha. Maybe Toronto Tokyo is going to be the target instead as the RP into the Fiend's Grip, even further back to no assistance. As Lesh down for 30, but again, the big issue, you can't really get any objectives off the back of that kill.
Radiant.
I'm glad there's no funny business though. Like, it's not like he like tries to go for a Blink Shockwave skewer play. Like, it's just like, no, I'm RPing. Like, we're just getting the kill. That's it. Now, sure, now they know that those two ults are down, so they're going to push tower immediately. No Fiend's Grip, no RP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And they
I feel like-
don't think they can hold this.
I think that's going to be the story of the game, though.
Dire's middle
Nice
tower
deny.
has
Okay,
been
Melody.
denied.
I think that's going to be the story of the game, though, with the Fiend's Grip. Like, how are you really going to get a decent Fiend's Grip off through the fight? Into Night Stalker, Jakiro Ice Path, and Spirit want to continue with the action. With the RPs on cooldown, Collapse Mirror, along with Yotaro pushing into the top side of the map here as they're going to run into Gilga. But again, I mean, you're pretty happy with just a support dying considering you are getting a ridiculous amount of farm on Watson, and there's already one component towards the BKB.
Bad. This is the scary times though, right? It's like, it's nighttime now. Jungle's lost access to jungle. We already talked about the vision aspects
Radiant's
from
bottom
Spirit.
tower is under
But
attack.
the way they, not only just the heroes that they have, but like the way they play. The way that Miposhka, I feel like, always plays. He's just a vision player. Like, he's very much more focused on the vision than I think most 5 positions. I know like we say 5 positions always do, but I feel like he literally just gives his life and is just like giving wards for his team and just dying a lot of the time. So they're getting so much information still that even though Hellraisers, they're making all these moves, the net worth keeps bouncing right back and forth. It's pretty much like 100 net worth differential.
Yeah, and this is kind of what you were asking for, right, though, for the Hellraisers coming into this series versus Team Spirit, just to maybe focus on lanes and make sure you don't get dominated from there, because, yeah, I mean, Team Spirit can play the macro game so efficiently, and if you lose the lanes to them, they're just going to suffocate you inside, the net worth is just going to dwindle, but it's a good start for Hellraisers.
Yeah, they did, like you said, they did exactly what we wanted them to really do with their draft, and now it's just, now what? Because this is where it's, you know, PL, where PL thrives. It's sitting back, sure you have a Battle Fury, but it's a PL versus pretty much no counter matchups besides that Troll, as we've mentioned, and the Marses. So
See where they direct this smoke. I mean, they see Watson farming at the moment. He might just clear this wave and TP out. Yeah, he will. Okay. He should just make it away. This ward though mid is giving them so much information. I think Melody tried to de-ward it previously, but the sentry just out of range, and they're gonna get full usage out of it.
that's not a very common ward either. Usually you see it placed a little bit more like north to the left. That's where you see that sentry placed. Like, even that one, that sentry's a little weird, I gotta be honest. But I guess he's checking to see if they place it like on the tower, because we do see teams do that a lot, but okay. They have a DD in the bottle.
BKB as well for Rabel. I just see them drop RP once again for a core. When Collapse is going to show. Trying to find that angle. Collapse, he's wary of this though. I mean, bottom's getting pushed in, top's pushed in as well, and no one's showing. So it looks like good read for Team Spirit. They're still going to move their forces bottom. So Miposhka's going to be the target. Melody disrupts the Fiend's Grip. No messing around. They're happy with using the ult to secure the kill onto Miposhka. And they also get Mirror as well.
Clean. Easy too. They only have to use one, right? This time it's just a Fiend's Grip rather than having to use 2 ults for wards. Clean, easy kills. But Spirit, they lose the supports and immediately it doesn't really look like they lost too much. Toro goes back to Ancients. Night Stalker collapses, already still hitting jungle camps, and the net worth doesn't really alter too much at all.
Quickly, we want to get your thoughts on the build from Toronto Tokyo. Like, he had the Hooded Defiance queued up before the Yield Scepter, but then swapped into this item build. So, are you a fan of kind of the switch and what he was thinking?
Absolutely. I actually was very confused when I saw the hood. I thought maybe he was like Troll.
A tithe to the impurity.
It's mostly physical that you're really worried this game. If you're gonna get caught in the point where you're dying to like a Willow running into you and using his ult, that just means that something else went wrong in the fight. So this is better. This is just natural flash items. Flash your Yules for your setup, Yules to save you, Yules to dispel, hold Troll back, etc. This is ideal.
They're going to push it pretty aggressively down bottom here, trying to catch up Here, defending the tower. This is Manta now completed as well for
Dire's top tower.
Yadro, so we'll see if he feels comfortable now starting to show up fights. We did see him smoke previously, and that was with the Yasha, so maybe now he's going to feel even more comfortable to get involved.
Watson has BKB too, though, and the Blink now on Rebel, so they do have the good ways to keep their supports protected on the side of Hellraisers. So we are seeing Spirit. They're still just playing the farm game, still just playing that macro game until they feel like they're ready to run into this lineup, which makes sense. If playing into these two BKBs, the fights will be hard for Spirit. They have to play them like these 4D chests of just dancing around the BKBs otherwise, or they can just farm, and then they get themselves their BKBs plus that one extra item that the PL feels comfortable to fight into these BKBs, which, yeah, seems like that's kind of what they're doing. Tokyo is still looking to play aggressive because it's Tokyo. Well, he is.
I just feel like, though, with Hellraisers, there's going to be a big advantage on their control through fights. Like, Troll's not going to get kited at all through RP, Arena, Bramble, etc. You've got double Blink now as well. So it's going to be a much easier time for Hellraisers to start.
Yeah, if they can actually find a fight right now, daytime, look for this fight, catch straight into Roche, then they can get themselves a big momentum swing.
I think they need the RP to start.
Yeah.
Mag is no position. Bramble still is moving on forward. And look at this big connection. Bramble just off the mark. Now, do they still want to stick around? It's given enough time for the TPs to come over. They need to cancel the Fiend's Grip. Collapse is going to do so. Yadro juking to the northern side. He hasn't died just yet, thanks to the help of Collapse. Now, Hellraisers, they're in two minds. Do we stick around or do we retreat? Ray was out with the BKB, but the rest of the Hellraisers, they will not have as easy of a time as the poor old Bane position 5 brought down, and maybe now we lead this into Roche. TSpirit, I mean, they're considering it.
Oh, God. Where was the follow-up? They needed, like, anything, like, literally anything on your Toro, and he dies there, and they end up having a big swing, but now the direct opposite happens, and now they have to run in a fight anyway.
Take the fight. Watson still got BKB. Limitless has the RP as well. He's going to use it solely onto the Troll, but the Ice Pop as well, disrupting through the duration. But it looks like TSpirit, they don't want to stick around, and Roche is low.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Even swinging around.
I don't know. And Watson picks it up. What was feeling like a bit of a swing to the side of TSpirit, the threat of them taking Roshan just off the back of one teamfight mistake, it could have blown this game wide open, but at least Hellraisers now got the Aegis onto Watson.
Oh man, that looked almost like they completely lost control of the game. If Spirit was able to get Roche, but it's actually still daytime, so Dark Ascension ended, and PL was too low to hit the Roche himself, so they couldn't finish it.
They're scouting Toronto.
Okay, might be able to get another one.
He doesn't have TP, yeah, he's in trouble. I mean, he should 100% go down. Let's see truly the god here. I mean, this is another big kickoff as well, just a sequence of events. Rabel's godlike.
Godlike.
And this is 22 minutes in. I tell you what, this is what you need on a Mars matchup versus the PL. He will deal with him as the game goes on.
He will.
You see Deso queued up.
Yeah, it's all working out now. They did get the pick. They didn't get the pick off, but then they got the consecutive fight afterwards, and now they get a tier 1 tower mid too. Bottoms opened up.
Is under attack.
Picking up this momentum as we mentioned from yesterday.
They have to be so confident with the position they're in at the moment. 3,000 net worth lead at 22 minutes in. And fights have been looking crisp. Now it's the Troll.
Right, Troll is 2-0 and 5. This is a so far perfect game from Watson on the Troll Warlord.
Melody. Bye-bye, Miposhka. More kills. Further streak for Able.
And a Deso. That's pretty much done. Oh, these... Oh, man. Everybody's super squishy now. Like, even the Leshrac, as we saw at Tokyo, he had to go for the, he mentioned, normal flesh item. Doesn't have armor. Die super easy. It's going to be a lot of work for your Toro to carry this
connecting. Gutter might be in trouble. The wrong way. Not guessing the right illusion, and now once again, Yadro is able to blink out of the arena, but Limitless still continuing to hunt. Doesn't get the skewer back in, but at least it's close enough to Watson. Finds him snare. Yadro is going to go down. Now they're looking to collapse as well with the Dark Ascension. The BKB is about to expire though, so Gilga, he'll follow up with the control and another kill going the way of Hellraisers.
Rebel went to the last hit too. Dude, he's just pumping up that Beyond God. Like, pops of regen. They're all still healthy. Spirit's losing control.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
These towers are going to start to fall pretty fast as well. I mean, with the Deso onto Rabel.
Dire's bottom tower
I
is under
cannot believe
attack.
how farmed he is. How good of a game he's having.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, this is pretty greedy.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Tell you the damn about that. I mean, they got 17 to 9 kill count. They want more and more kills.
Radiant are scanning.
So what do you feel like is the angle back in for TSpirit? Like, how do they have to play a perfect teams fight to turn this game back around?
I think right now team fights are looking way too problematic. I think they need to get their farm up, at least the one mother item. Like right now they have BKB on collapse, so maybe that could cause them to try to find it. But into Aegis, I think it's going to be too hard. Maybe they wait 1 minute 30, they try to get a good vision, like some good vision behind from Miposhka and then get a flank. But I think they're too far behind right now. I think Tokyo is literal food till BKB. More for him.
Radiant's top tower
So we
is
just
falling.
eyes on Miposhka cutting the wave and maybe Jakiro as well playing the side lanes.
Dire's turret
I think right
has
now they
been
just have to
killed.
play the split game. I think running
Radiant's
into
top
this
tower is under attack.
Mars is just he's out of how many power moves has he gotten too?
Radiant's
Like he's
top
gotten
tower
haste,
has
DD,
fallen.
everything. And he's got Arcane now Rune as well, and they're going high ground.
High ground. I mean, Watson did just lose his bash on the courier.
Okay,
Dire's
so
bottom tower is
unfortunate.
under
We'll see, but he's got Aegis for another minute here, so they really want to use this. This is a bit of a timing though for Lesh. Just picking up the BKB, like you were saying, really requiring for Toronto Tokyo. They forced him back, that's the main thing, and now got in the tier 3 tower. Hellraisers, they're happy with that.
It is nighttime, so Spirit, maybe they look to try to catch him off guard here. Aegis is getting reclaimed in 40 seconds. Looking to try to catch somebody on the retreat.
I like this call. Look at mid. Yeah, they need to shove it out with the position. They instantly draw the line down, collapse. Doesn't pop just yet because of course the nighttime though. Let's go into both of them, but nice fingers with the blink. He's able to retreat. They still want to take the brawl though. Collapse is a little bit disconnected from the team. Looks like it's not going to matter though.
They disengaged
lock
so
into the
far.
Night Stalker. Now they're going to play around their own high ground with the ward as well. They can
I won't
force
lie,
up this.
that was unexpected.
That was very good retreat. Hellraisers played it really good. Gilder just was like, team, go right. He just popped Shadow Realm and ran into the Spirit. Drew their attention, so okay.
There's definitely positive signs as well, like you said, just to be able to have that communication in a game like this where you're heading in, it's such a difficult matchup versus TSpirit, but the calm is there, the communication is there, and like you said, just a back up to the higher ground where, honestly, that's not a fight where TSpirit can take. You said the team fights are arena onto illusion, but yeah, taking a choke point fight into arena, into the Dark Willow control and the mag, that's something you cannot do.
How close to PL Heart? Still some time. That's the big timing that we're looking for your Toro at least, so that he's comfortable to fight. The BKBs are online for Tokyo and for Collapse, so they're feeling pretty good right now, but they need that nuisance PL for them to have chances still in the fights, since Watson and Rebel are just too big. They're massive. And now they get the Mindbreaker as well, and Rebel, he's not going to slow down for building to that transition, to that super core at least. Titanic on the menu, so he can keep scaling even harder. And of course, Mindbreaker is great. My least favorite neutral item to play versus a support.
Difficult times with this Mindbreaker. Rabel level 20 as well, just completed. So wants that extra control from the Mars stun. Yes, he'll go for it. And Watson as well is going for the plus 30 damage at the level 20. So even though it's a 5,000 net worth lead, you're alone, but it's starting to mellow out here after the Aegis advantage. We see Hellraisers aren't posturing as aggressively, but I feel like the next brawl is really going to commence with that second Roche.
And it's I think everything is going to be a bit of initiation. It's like they're behind, so I think for HR, if they get the initiation, Spirit is behind, so if HR gets the clean initiation, they're going to like dominate the fight pretty hard. But if Spirit even gets, some type of vision aspect, they get any type of wraparound, we could see a different fight still coming out, even though they're behind. Because this PL is still going to be a problem. As long as he's not fully controlled, obnoxious.
So are you looking to see Hellraisers probably look to put a lot more emphasis on their wards around the Roche Pit? Or
Yeah,
like
high ground wards, and just play around Roche Pit. You can't let yourself be the ones to get jumped on, and you ideally want to fight during daytime, so play around Dark Ascension. Right now, they're playing it really clean.
One thing I've been really impressed with for Eastern European Dota is just the early commitment into gems, and I feel like this could be a game where you consider it. Just because you're against the Night Stalker, you need that extra advantage. I guess it's a little bit difficult on who's going to hold it because how poor the mag is, but it could be something they consider.
Yeah. I like these like early gem play. I think it's a risk. That's where you can you lose the gem on like because a Night Stalker catches you like and you're a Bane or something. You can't put it on these squishies. I think it's too scary for a full comeback happening. Just, for now.
Double time!
For TSpirit, they're doing exactly what you're asking for, though. Poshka playing the side lanes with the Weaver, being that nuisance. They've given enough farm to the heart to be completed. Lesh is also working towards the Shivas as well, so they are still getting their farm on TSpirit.
Catch on the side, that high ground ward.
You're pretty fine with that, I imagine, for TSpirit. Like, it's inevitably going to happen, and they're actually
they're smoking. Okay.
I guess they got the information that multiple heroes are botting.
RP?
Let's holy up here! Watson's nearby as well with Reevel's follow-up. Two heroes just evaporate! Now they're onto Toronto Tokyo. Watson's got the Scott. He's still been no escape. A bash for good measure as well. It's bye-bye Leshrac. I mean, Yada, he's still playing the outskirts, maybe trying to force out the life of Watson, but I mean, now you got 4 pickoffs. What do you consider on Hellraisers? Is it the high ground siege?
You got your whole team up. I think you want to start knocking at least a little bit. Satanic finished up on Rebel too. Another power rune for him. 12-0 and 5. Look at this performance from Rebel. 12-0-5. Toronto Tokyo is 1-4-4. One of the quietest games I feel like I've seen from him, especially on a hero like Lesh.
Radiant structures are
Dominated.
And he has been really strong showing for the Hellraiser cause, and they're going to force out a glyph and back up. They used Arena RP as well, with Roshan up in 17 seconds.
That was unexpected.
The TSpirit with the fire.
The thing for me that is impressive, with especially that last engagement, is they were prepared. That just showed how ready, especially Limitless, was for them to come make a play. Because they got the... I think they recognized that Spirit's got to make a move because they showed 2 supports bottom. So they're like, just be ready. If something happens, just be super ready for the RP. And you saw how ready he was. Like, absolute instant. So that just shows very clear understanding and awareness of what the enemy's going to do. Even when you split up and how you're supposed to cover your backs in case you do.
TSpirit though. Gonna smoke his 4. Whilst the RP still being on cooldown, but they've got control. Radiant have a really good ward in the backline though, by this top outpost. We'll see some of the supports. Clap's gonna look to jump in. They're gonna put some emphasis on cutting away the life of the Bane, but an Arena doesn't give him any extra assistance. And Melody is able to find the Fiend skip that cut away the life that collapsed, and no one's dead on Hellraisers. They'll turn to Toronto Tokyo next. And now they've even caught the Weaver as well. Melody, how is he getting these long duration Fiend skip? And that fight was just set up because of Rabel. This man is doing it all. That Arena in the entrance to the team fight meant that the rest of TSpirit, they couldn't connect with the Night Stalker.
And he took 0 damage. And he jumped into 3 heroes, one-shotted the Jakiro with a nice empowered God's Rebuke. And he took 0 damage. Like, they spear onto the Leshrac into the wall, and yeah, Night Stalker's just isolated with his Weaver in the backline, and yeah, this is very impressive from Rebel. HR. No funny business today.
Not at all. I guess Limitless did pop BKB when the fight was over.
Okay, so, showing off a little bit.
Yeah. Like, we don't need this BKB. We'll give them a little bit of advantage. The reigning champions.
I do have to give Limitless a lot of, like, even though it's like Rebel is the clear MVP this game, 13-0 and 7, 20 of the 25 kills. Limitless, after a really hard lane, no hesitation. I feel like he was always in the right place at the right time. So, that's tough to do.
Radiant's top barracks.
Yada also
Dire's
put out for the 8th lens, so he won't have buyback available now. He also died in the corridor. Watson just pummeling to Toronto. BKB off the... And of course, with the Aegis advantage, BKB in the backpack. And they've still got another full set of barracks left to claim here for the boys on Hellraisers. Down the resources of Watson. Limitless again! This time catches 2. They've got the ball from the Terrorize as well. No buyback back on Yadro. And I mean, that might just be the end. A 4-on-5, they call it. Hellraisers, they have come to play today, taking game 1, 34 minutes in.
And I think me and you were, we're both a little hesitant from, of course, we're just gonna